Hey guys, hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How's everyone doing this lovely evening? I hope fine, fantabulous. Ooh, we have some members. And it's Keely, Patty D. I am Tracy Lee. Hey, ladies, how are you? I hope you had a good day today. You know what I'm here to do? I'm here to try to encourage you. In the meantime, between time, how was your day, guys? I hope you had a good day. I'm going to share out the stream. Come through. Come and learn something new. I'm so excited. Hey, Brother Herb, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Today I have a beautiful special guest. I spoke to I am Tracy Lee's management. I told them, listen, y'all gotta leave room for YouTube, and then let her do her work when she can. You know what I'm saying? Her priorities got to be straight. And so, she's here. I'm just joking, but I appreciate you guys for coming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notification bells. If you can, give me a thumbs up or down, whichever you prefer to do, because here at Hello World and Be the Difference Clothing, we want you to use your free will the best way you know how, and that is by your discretion. So please continue to support if you can, and just give me a thumbs up. I need to share out the stream in 2 more places, and then we can get started with our interview. I'm not going to delay it at all, but I will say that today was good. I woke up, I went to work. Work was good. I had no problems, and I actually took a nap. I got to take my little nap because I'm up late, and I'm up. I go to bed late, and I wake up very, very, very early, whatever you consider early. And so I guess I'm tired. And then it's warm outside, so the warmth has got me going. Hey, Portal, how are you? Oops, that was me. What up, Coco? How are you? Since you have volume on both platforms, hearing you twice, double. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have the volume one. Nope. It could be StreamYard. I only have the StreamYard open, and that's it. I hope it's okay if I grab some new friends. Oh, please, fine. We're here to get to know each other. That's fine by me. Hi, DC, the Purple Diva. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. What up, Blessed Bro? It was you? Oh, okay. Girl, you got me scared. Because I will, however, let you guys know for tonight, there is a little delay between devices between me and my guest. So just bear with us. I just want to tell you that now so you don't think something is wrong. Everything can't be perfect all the time. Not every situation is going to run the way you would like it to, but we got to work with each other. And so let's work with this and understand what the underlying thing is. We're trying to get to know something new. So I'm not going to delay it anymore. I am super excited that I have Pastor Kim's Corner here. I met her originally through Carter's Eat on her channel. Carter's Eat goes live, or used to be able to go live more often before the virus hit. And she always just talk about Pastor Kim, get to know her, run, get. You know how she says it. And, so I said, all right, fine. I went to go show some love. And then I watched a video or two. And I was like, this lady's cool. She was doing her weight loss journey. And then she has a second channel that only she can talk about, because I just get a little about it. But I just took to her even more so when Mukbang things had her challenge, the So What challenge. And I got to know her a lot more when I was watching her video. And it was super interesting just to see the historical value of Pastor Kim. So if you have not seen that video, please go over and check her out. If you do not know Pastor Kim, before the end of the night, if you like what you see, please consider going over to her channel. If you are a mod, if you can, please drop Pastor Kim's channel link in the chat so people can get to know her. If you know her second channel, then if you can drop that as well. But without further ado, guys, I really want to introduce you to Pastor Kim, and I'm thankful that she's here. Again, just remember that we do have a little bit of a delay and lag, and so it will flow once we get to know what's going on. So now that you're aware, I would love to introduce you, maybe first time to some, maybe not to others, Pastor Kim's Corner. Hey, how are you? You got your mute on.
Oh, hello. Look at all. How are you?
Good, good,
You're
good.
such an eloquent host.
You think so? So how was your day?
Hey, everyone. My day has probably been as full as yours. Up at about 2 a.m. and I've been up ever since.
Wow, what got you up so early?
So, and I knew if I took a nap, you know, with the pandemic, my nights and days are just not, they're not together yet.
Okay.
So I laid down around 7 and woke up at 2 a.m. I only need about 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Okay. My one question to you, before I even get into the questions, guys, if you have a question for Pastor Kim, please put a question mark before and after your question. That way we can put it on the board so she can see and answer it. But what intrigued me the most about you is the fact that you're a math teacher. What got you into wanting to teach math, and why do you love numbers so much?
Now, that's kind of funny because this is the honest to goodness teaching for years, but then I stopped teaching. I was doing other things in Philadelphia. And then when I moved down, I didn't really want to go back into teaching, but that's what I did. So when since I have been teaching for a long time, through 8. And so with K through 8, you could teach any subject. But now teaching has become specialized, so you have to pick a subject. I have taught math, English, and social studies. So when I went to go take the test, I said, well, I'll just take the test for English since I had to pick a subject. And English was full. So I took the math test and I passed, and that's how I ended up
Oh, okay. I thought you had like this.
down in North Carolina because, yeah.
I just thought you had a love for numbers, so that's cool.
Say that again.
I really thought you just had a love for numbers. I was like, oh, I
I
wonder.
do.
So, have you always liked math? Like,
I absolutely do have a love. Yes, I have. I absolutely love it. And I like it. I like to teach it because I have an education background, but like most of my peers have degrees in mathematics or engineering or don't. So for me, it's very important for me to make sure that it's attainable for students because students don't like math. I'm like, well, my background is not necessarily in math. I've been teaching it for several years, but I understand your pain, them understand what math is all about.
how important is math?
And it's fun. That's what I always say. Oh my God, math rules the world. You think of anything in? Can you think of anything
No, repeat that because I didn't hear the question.
that there's no math? I said, can you think of anything that does not involve math in this earth or this world that doesn't involve mathematics?
No, everything is a number.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
And so don't get me to talking about math because I'm weak. You know what I mean? And so mathematics, it operates with only 10 numbers, but it's phenomenal when you think about it. The English language, which has 26 letters, it only has 10 numbers.
And I think that's like the primary reason why I wanted you to talk to us. Like, what about like what's the relevance to like trigonometry, multiplication, and not just why not just stop at um 1 plus 1? Just regular basic math. Why all the extra degrees of math? How important is that for us?
Well, in actuality, education has not changed as quickly as it should change. As quickly as the the world has changed, the system hasn't changed. So maybe for somebody who's going into a career, higher education, they definitely need algebra, trig, and stuff like that. But for today, our students just need a basic math course, and they need courses on how to manage money and things like that. But again, the system hasn't caught up with that yet. So I have to teach what to teach, even though I know half of the children won't use it, and that's unfortunate.
Is it necessary?
I, I saw somebody in the chat put math and art.
Oh yeah, I love art.
It's necessary in this sense, but there's mathematics. Somebody said there's no mathematics in art. Yes, there is. There's math in everything.
Yeah, there is math in art.
It is not. It's not necessary. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's problem solving. That's what I don't understand. I said it's problem solving. That's what the students don't get. It's problem solving. Use it every day. They just don't realize it. You use algebra every day. You just may not realize. And it is a form of problem solving. And so the premise is if you can solve problems mathematically, then it will help you solve word problems. I don't know if that's true, but that's part of the basics of teaching it.
I never thought about it like that. I like that. Now I might want to understand math better. Maybe that's been the missing link for me all my life, because I don't know if you ever heard the story, but when I was in grammar school, a math teacher yelled at me, and it stumped my ability to learn math from there. So like I've always been very like I can complete a problem, but it's always a hesitancy. Like, well, did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? And I just like give up right away. So my goodness, I like that. So you have the pastor in front of
and math that we have. Yes.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. You said the math that we have.
I was about to say, like, the math that we not always relatable. Like, these kids today are so much smarter. I always say, like, math is the only place that you can buy 20 or 25 apples. In the real world, you don't do that. But those are the types of questions that kids get. answers that seem confusing, they doubt it because they're relating it to the real world. And I'm like, it's a math question. Of course, why 125 watermelons, but it's a math question. So the questions are a lot of times not relatable. So I'm trying to find things that are more relatable. Like when I talk about the exponential growth of Facebook, they get it. How when Facebook first came out, people were dropping their personal business maybe once a week. And now they're dropping it about, hey, that's exponential growth. And I'm going to stop.
No, keep going. Please keep going. We learning.
So, it has to understand it in order for them to get it. And that's the hard part.
So how can you effectively get someone,
that's the hard part.
How can you effectively get someone like myself to understand math in a like elementary way?
You have to make it relatable. You have to make it relatable. Like I could talk about for example, I could talk about a math problem, but when I start talking about money, when I relate math, kids wake up. You know what I mean? If I'm just talking about decimals, they shut down. But if I say decimals, that's 5.42, $5.42, they wake up because it's relatable. And so you have to make it's just like us. It's hard for us to learn something that we cannot relate to. If you go back to my beginning video, was trying to teach me about YouTube. I mean, I had students who were telling me that they were going to be, famous YouTubers, and I thought they were crazy. I was like, what are you talking about? You're going to be a famous YouTuber? Like, that is so crazy. But I didn't know and I didn't understand. So when the vocabulary of YouTube, I had to learn, and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. But now I'm talking about mukbang. I've learned it. So it's, I understand it.
So it
has to be relatable.
So basically, it's really not necessarily about the numbers. It's like you said, about problem solving.
It's absolutely about problem solving. Because no matter what, this is what I tell students. No matter what level of calculus, if it's physics, no matter what, you are still doing only one of four things or all of them at the same time. Beginning of elementary school, it's either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Those are the only choices, period, forever. Don't get hung up on what to do next. You know what I mean? You just have to decide. And if you make a decision and it's the wrong decision, well, you got three more to divide and you should have multiplied. That's okay. But don't get hung up because it's only four options, period. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes it less threatening.
Oh yeah. I put up a sign, no judgment zone. No judgment zone. And it wears them out because you're free to figure it out. And they hate me and they love me at the same time, because I'll just put a problem on a piece of poster paper. I might put 4 or 5 problems, break kids up in groups, and okay, just solve it any way you can. Just figure it out.
Right.
And the smart kids are looking for formulas. They're looking for, the mathematical formula, slope, and the average students, they're literally trying to figure it out. And then everybody somebody to figure it out. So.
So You have
It becomes very interesting me because they have to think. They have to think. Yes.
so what
Yes, I do.
what what
Say that again.
so I was just like, you have pastor in front of your name. What what made you have the desire to become a pastor?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Desire? Who desires to? That's funny. I often, me being a pastor is karma, okay? Because I was so horrible in my grandfather's church. It passed my mom and my uncle. It was only two of them. So the mantle fell on me. And this is my karma. Absolute brat in my grandfather's church. I mean, horrible. So yeah, that's God called me to ministry, and really my about the fivefold ministry, my calling is a teacher, and but in the world today, you can't, even if you're a prophet or whatever, you still have to, if you're a leader, you more than likely have to have a following, and that's under a pastor. And so previously, in my first marriage, my ex-husband and I, we pastored as a bishop, and I was a pastor. We started out as him being the pastor, and I was the first lady. And then he ordained me to become a pastor alongside, and then another church ordained him to be a bishop. And so that's how that came about. But it was not a desire of mine. It was anything that I asked for. It was something that was placed upon me. And I can't get away. Trust me, I've tried. I wonder if anybody ever tried to get away from their calling. Woo! Help us today, Lord.
There's a question right there.
Can't
Oh boy.
get away.
Don't one is P trying to ask you to play the piano behind you. Yeah, I mean, but you know what? Sometimes
That's a green screen.
sometimes people want to be a pastor just to be a pastor because they see everybody else doing it. So like there is a difference between those that are called and those that really just want it because it's a job, But so you ran. How long were you running?
I can't think of well I can't think of one of my friends that want to be a leader, like want to be like a pastor or an apostle. I mean, they accept the calling, but born and raised in church. I've been in church all my life. Like I said, my grandfather was a Pentecostal preacher.
Mm.
And he was oily wear in church. And then he moved from that to church. Exactly. And I was horrible. I was like, no, I'm not wearing oily. I'm not taking off my earrings. No, I don't have to be saved. My grandfather's saved. I don't have to be saved. This is his church. And I want. I was just like, when I say bad, I was bad. I was about 10, 11 years old. Going summer, him and my grandma. And I ran havoc in the church, sang on the choir, just the biggest devil. But he moved from apostolic to Church of God in Christ. And anybody who knows about Pentecostalism, you have to know Church of God in Christ. Always take me, with him to the conventions and all of that. He groomed me. You know what I mean? He would have me read Bible passages to him, and he would set me up because he would ask me what was the latest dance, and then after I showed him the dance, he would be like, okay, now get the Bible. I want you to read scripture he was telling me to read. And if I read it wrong, he would tell me, no, that's wrong. Read it again. So he was really setting me up. You know,
Mhm.
like I said, I had been saved. I got saved in high school, and road ever since. I've had my moments. I've had my moments,
That's
my
part.
college moments of trying to burn the candles, trying to be saved and not be saved at the same time.
Yeah, that's human. You're just human. You know what I mean? But at least you were convicted enough to
You
know.
know.
Yeah. Mhm. So,
Oh yeah.
are you
Oh
current?
yeah.
Are you
Uh,
currently in ministry now? Like as far as pastoring over a church, and like how did the COVID situation? Like, did you go and close the church when they told you to, or did you still fellowship?
it's so funny, and the Lord is amazing. I had prayed before I started this YouTube channel. I prayed and I talked to God about it. My daughter kept telling me to start. He was sending out emails every day, and I lost a lot of followers because I was sending out a daily email of the daily word. You really need to just move away from emails and do YouTube. So once I started doing that and got caught up into the other things, I started sharing a church, and I do have a church, and I started sharing it. I started a group, and when I started the group, it was only three of us. And only person didn't do it, and the other person is Auntie Mama. Y'all know Auntie Mama's Kitchen? She is a member of my church and on the Praise and Worship. She and I started our YouTube channels.
Okay.
And so it was so funny because the last March, I kept trying to get people to transition, especially baby boomers and older people. I was like, if you don't have YouTube, if you don't have, you need to have it. You need to put it on your phone, not even knowing anything about COVID-19. I was like, but you can catch me on YouTube doing the Bible study, blah, 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 blah. So I said, if you don't have it, make sure you get it. Give it to the young person at church. That was Nini's daughter who was home from college. I said, give her so that you'll know all about it, because it's just a few of us. And sure enough, that was the last Sunday that we had in service. Church has been closed from March, the middle of March until now. I had one service. I had a Mother's Day service, and we had a parking lot, and it was a few of us, so we just came on in. And then I'm having another service this Wednesday, July 1st. We're starting back up our Bible study, which was on Wednesday nights. But the numbers are up, so I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Rent has still been paid, and God is still good.
I was just about to ask you, how are you able to keep the doors open? Because I know, and like, are they even more lenient with, because it is a faith-based property that you're using it for?
Well, I talked to the property management in March when all of this happened, and he had told me, because I had been there a long time. He was like, just pay what you can. He was like, we're looking for half in April, because we had already paid the rent for March. Half in April, and June we're not looking for anything. So don't worry about it. You won't be put out or anything like that. Matter of fact, I went down by the church today, and I met him down there, and we were talking. And so, I just signed a new lease, and that was that. He was just like, God is good. God
Mhm.
is good.
That tells you right there that you're doing the right thing. You're doing His will. Because when you do His will, everything just flows. So that's a good thing.
Praise God. God. I just feel so blessed and honored, and it's just been, I love my church. It's small, at a big church before. I've led a big church before. Um, like I said, when my first husband and I was the pastor, and we had a large, thriving church. But I love the the uniqueness of the Lord, and I love the setting and the environment. I wouldn't change it for anything, because it just lets me know that no matter where, no matter how big or how small, he meant what he said. When two or three are gathered together in my name, he will be in the midst. And so on Sundays, it might be anywhere from 25 to 40, depending on who shows up. And that's okay. We have who they just kill it. You know what I mean? And we just go and flow. And I enjoy every minute of it because I'm to God after so many things that I've been through in my life. I'm just grateful that he's still with me. He said he would never leave us or forsake us. And I always tell my church, I'm glad y'all here, but guess what? If y'all not here, I'm gonna praise God. I'm gonna go for what I know.
So there's a question right there. 1SP was asking when your birthday is.
Okay. My birthday is in October, baby.
Okay. That's cool. You have a birthday coming up, so we have to definitely have a part. You have to have a party on YouTube for your birthday if you're not doing anything else. Have you?
Yeah, that would be nice. But sometimes people don't like that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Pastors, I said pastors at parties sometimes are like pastors at the picnic. You know what I mean? When the happens and the pastor shows up, and it's really very strange and awkward for me because I have been born and raised in church of people. Exactly.
Put your
And so, when the pastor shows up, it's just exactly. And I'm like, yo, I am not God. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just need to ease right on up, okay? Sometimes I'll do something like really crazy, and it might make some people angry, and then it might put other people at ease. So they'll food, and then when I bless the food, they might put on a line dance song, and I'll get up and start line dancing. So it's like, oh my God, the pastor is doing the wobble. Help us.
Okay. Have you ever felt like
I just don't take myself that seriously? I really don't.
Yeah, you can't. Like, being that you are a pastor, and can someone drop? Brother Herb was asking for her link. Can someone drop her link again? That's not you, Pastor. But have you ever felt awkward just just like you said, like when you walk into a room, like, have you ever felt like, dang, I just feel like I need to be myself today. I'm not having the greatest day. And like, you really can't because everybody's at this expectation that you're the pastor. We need you more. Have you ever felt like that?
All the time. All the time. All the time. You can't. It just doesn't happen. You have to. Church it doesn't always have a place for pastors and leaders to go to and talk and share. You know what I mean? It just always, that's not necessarily what churches have. So it's always that way. I can come into a certain live sometimes, and people will act, they will feel the uncomfortability, like, so sometimes I'll just leave because it's like, we like you, but we don't want you here right now. And I don't take it personal. I know it's the title, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not offended in the least because it happens in the natural, it happens in the tangible. So, it can also happen on YouTube, and that's okay. I don't doubt it. You know what I mean? But I'm not God. You know what I mean? And so I don't I don't like for, but it comes with the territory. It comes with the job. It just does. You understand what I'm saying? We see, give you an example. We see Fifth is acting. Don't we wish he would act better? Don't we wish he would kind of act like a president? Just because he has the title, like he should act. So people, like you say, have expectations, and even though you may not want to live up to those expectations, the title or the office is sometimes so much more important than your own personal feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's some things that I've had to.
I'll ask you one more question, then we'll go to this one right here. So have you ever come to the point where you just say, you know what?
Okay.
Have you ever come to the point where you just said, you know what, like this cross is too heavy to bear, like, and just say you want to take a break? Just from the title, not the ministry, just the title itself.
I can't really say that in all honesty. I mean, it's a load. It's a cross to bear. I mean, you think about a pastor and a leader. A pastor can have, people can call them as a doctor, a psychologist, a counselor, a friend, a person when they need groceries, a person when they need a bill paid. I mean, all of those responsibilities can fall on a pastor. So, woman, and you do have to set boundaries. But would I ever, since I know God called me, would I ever want to give it up? Not the ministry, but just the title. I can't say that because I mean, he's too good to me. The Lord is so good to me. I'm gonna be transparent and I'm gonna share something with you. My church is in the churches, okay? It's in the churches of North Carolina. And it's a lot of drugs, a lot of a lot of homelessness where my church is. And I didn't even know anything about it. I just happened to find a place and moved in that location. And so it's a lot. When I say a lot, it's a lot. Like at one point, it was so bad. We had drug out the door. Like the men would have to come and clean up the front door because it's a storefront. It's in a plaza. They would have to come and clean up being in. And I was getting opposition from other people. I was just getting a lot of opposition, church folks and opposition from non-church folks, because our church was feeding the community. We were feeding them on Saturdays. And so I was complaining to God, I was like, Lord, like I'm getting too much opposition. Because we feeding the homeless. These people are outside the door. They drunk. They filled with crack. They doing deals. It's prostitution, service. Like, this is just too much, God. It's too much, And the Lord spoke to me. My God. The Lord spoke to me and he said, it's a privilege and an honor for you to reach them, because that's who I've called you to reach, the unreachable.
Wow.
And the fact that you're doing it is a privilege and an honor, because people don't want to do the unreachable. So don't take this calling like you doing me a favor. It's a privilege. There are people out there who are prostitutes, who are getting into cars that I need you to reach. And so don't get, I'm going to bless you because you're doing exactly what I told you to do. Feed the hungry, clothe. You understand what I'm saying? So check me, boo. Well, the Lord checked me like, look, this is where I have you. This is what you do. So that's what we do. We clothe, we feed, and people have come in. It's just, It's an overwhelming blessing. You see somebody's life change. When you see their life truly, truly, I ain't talking about nothing fake, true change and transformation. One of our musicians was, he came to a lunch that we had, and he was on hard times, and he asked us to pray for him, and we all gathered and prayed for him, and the tears ran down. He had a job, he had a car, but he was on hard time, and we prayed for him. And after that prayer, he said, "Do you have any musicians?" Oh, they come and they go because I can't afford to pay musicians. Musicians want a lot of money. They come and they go. So he said, "Well, I know I'm gonna see if I can get them to come and play with you." He was a bass player. He had played all over the world. He brought two lead guitar players. One of them, who had both of them really, but one in particular, Pee Wee, who had played all over the world, and they brought a drummer, two lead guitars, and a bass guitar. And when I tell you they play for free, they don't ask me for no money, but they play whether they get it or not. They came in after their transition, and even the one, and I know I'm talking a lot, but even he said, he was like, "I'm not leaving." He was like, "Since I've been here, my life has changed. God has blessed me. My life has changed." That's nobody but God. And I love that. I love the grassroots of ministry.
I know that's right. So Patty D
So that's that.
said, back to math. Do you teach finances to your kids, like credit cards, investments, and etc.?
So no, the quick answer to that question is no, because the ones who are in control of education, if they would rally together, they could change the face of education. We should teach that, but I have 58 standards. I have 3 topics. I have linear equations, quadratic equations that are on the EOC, the North Carolina final exam, that I have to teach because that's how the school gets its lessons, English and science. And under those 3 categories are 58 standards. So that's what I have to teach in a semester, not in a year, in a semester. And they have to pass that test. So I don't have time to go off the beaten path and teach other things that I might feel that they should learn. But a parent can say, my child needs to learn about finances and savings. And if enough parents go to the Board of Education, then they will create a curriculum for that. They have to.
Okay. Here's another question. Patty D said when she was a kid, they had a program called Junior Achievement. Do they still have a program like that?
Yes, they do. Junior Achievement here in North Carolina is right on Graham Street. And they share their facility with Charlotte Mecklenburg schools. We hold meetings and conferences. They have extracurricular programs for kids, and I think it's really great. The other thing is, what I like, I don't know if I'm sure they do. The other thing I like about North Carolina, which I don't think a lot of people know, is that you can graduate with an associate's degree. You can go and take college courses at community college while you're in high school, and you could come out with credits. If not, you can come out with a certain amount of credits, and also an associate's degree. And so it's free. The courses that you for college are free.
Y'all hear that? You hear that, chat? If you in North Carolina, you could become a teacher and don't have to pay nothing. What do you like to do for fun? Like, what is like, okay,
Yeah,
what do you like to
it's
do
really
for fun? And then also, where is the next destination you'd like to go to?
Okay, so pre-YouTube, pre-YouTube, I love to travel. Okay, I like to travel, and I like hobbies. Like I used to make soap. Now remember, I have 5 daughters. Okay, my first marriage we had 5 girls. So I was the everything. You know, we played games, we did everything together because I didn't want my girls to go to other people's houses. So I would let other people bring their kids to my house. And so, I love aromatherapy where you can make the soaps and the lotions. We used to do that all the time when they were kids. One of my daughters is getting ready to Taste Buds Philly. She has a channel, but she's getting ready to pick that back up. And I also, when they were young, we used to buy them a lot of Christmas gifts, but they would just waste the money. You spend $100 per child, and you didn't, they would play with 1 or 2 gifts. So we stopped that, and we started having them travel. Taking them on trips, Disney World. We just started doing trips, and then we started doing cruises. And so if I'll ever be able to cruise again, because I love cruising. I'm platinum on Carnival. That's how many cruises I've been on. You get off the boat, city, you get a souvenir, you get back on the boat. That's it. That's enough for me. And then when the kids were young, you could put them on there, stick all 4 of them, you and your hubby in one room, stick the other ones in another room, and they could just run the ship, just go up and down the ship all day. You give them a 12 o'clock, and then they would be fine. They could eat all day.
Nice.
So that's what I like to do, travel. I've been to a lot of different places just to and I would love to go and travel a little further someday, but this world has changed, so I should have got more of it in.
You still can go. You
So
still.
those are my things I like to do for fun. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, I think it'll. Well,
And I like to cook. My daughter and I, I hope it opens up. I have, right now I have for cruises. They gave me part of my money back and they gave me a credit because I was supposed to go on 2 cruises. My daughter and some other family members and I, we had 2 rooms. I mean, it's a cheap, to go to the Bahamas is cheap.
is there a destination that you want to
We'll
go
see
back?
this in the comments.
They all talking to each other, and Auntie Mama, she
Oh,
loves you.
absolutely. Yes, yes. Where I want to go back to is Grand Turk. Grand Turk, beautiful. So beautiful. I love Grand Turk. I always tell my kids when they can't find me, if I'm old and they can't find me, start calling the cruise line. Because I will have, listen, that's the same as a nursing home.
Yep.
It's better. Oh, that's where I'll be. I get my food, I get my room clean. You know what I mean? You find me, that's where I am on a cruise. So I would definitely like to go back to Grand Turk. The next time I get a large piece of money, like when I start making all this money from YouTube, I'm gonna buy a property on an island. So looking already, you got to manifest what you want. So I have already started looking at islands that have cheap, a fixer-upper or something that I could partially rent out, but it's on the beach, like cheap places, cheap Caribbean property. That's what I've been looking for. Something under $100,000 $100,000 that for this next phase of my life. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds real good. Tell us briefly about your second channel.
Yeah. Oh my God. So let me tell you, you know how different things come up in your feed. So in my feed one day, and I started this channel in January, and I could pull it up and show you that I have over 5,000. So on my feed one day came how to start a YouTube channel, but you don't have to share. So they said I watched a video and it talked about Creative Commons. And a lot of people, some commons, some people haven't. Some people like it, some people don't. YouTube is a multi-million-dollar company. They know it. So if they have Creative Commons, which allows you to use other people's content, why community complaining? For some people don't like Creative Commons, you're stealing videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm not stealing a video. Creative Commons use other people's videos and show them. That's what it's called, Creative Commons. And it's people like you and I. I'm going to leave this particular video open to the public. Dr. Pimple Popper, she copyrights a lot of her video under Creative Commons. She leaves them open. And I find that that's what other cultures do to support their each other. Certain videos open for people to use them over and over again. So that's how it came about. I watched the videos other you can choose other content. They showed you how to do it. I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see. So I chose, because my daughter had showed me, we was watching Dr. Pimple Popper. So I just typed in Dr. Pimple Popper under Creative Commons. And I tell you, the first video that I put up had over 4,000 views. I was shocked. And I started putting videos up from Creative Commons every day. I wasn't even thinking about subscribers. I was at the watch hours and the views, that I forgot all about the subscribers. So now here I am at the end of with 4,000 watch hours and like 100 subscribers. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. That's how that channel came about. The calluses, the foot calluses are my personal favorite. I don't personally care for the pimple pop. People love them. I watch them, but my favorite are the foot calluses.
Tracy just said, what was the inspiration for your other channel? You just like to watch that kind of stuff?
No, that's what I'm saying. Something that's popular. You don't pick what you want. You pick something that's popular that has 4 or 5 million views. I mean, so when my daughter and I did a Dr. Pimple Popper reaction video, we got a whole lot of views. So I'm pimple popping because I had got a whole lot of views from that reaction video that we did.
Okay. Now, will you be able to monetize?
I was just like, let's try it. And that's what we did. And oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was like, you guys, I was cringing. No, I don't want to choose that video. And it was like, no, you have to choose that one. That has 1 million views in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do a video and show you exactly how it goes, but it's really crazy.
No, I think that's good. Like you found something that's gonna.
Look. Oh yeah, I'm working on that channel. But I knew that my year was coming up. I'm gonna give you an example. when I got K, right? And I have it in my phone. I keep looking back because I have it in my phone. When I got my 1K, I had 100 watch hours when I got my 1K. Okay. So what I did was I started taking, instead of tapping videos and putting them on my other channel, I started putting them on my channel, my Pastor Kim's channel. Instead of putting them on Stranger Things, because I already got enough watch hours over there, I started taking the videos my channel. And I'm gonna tell you a secret. Don't tell nobody.
Okay.
I started taking the videos from Stranger Things, from the videos from January from Stranger Things, and started redoing them and putting them on my channel. Pastor Kim, guess how right now?
You good. You are up.
Guess how many got monetized 2 weeks ago? Well, I mean, not monetized. When I got 1K 2 weeks ago, I had 1,700 hours. How many hours I have right now?
Oh, over 4K. Well over.
Just take a guess.
Probably like 40,000 watch hours.
I wish. I'm not monetized yet.
Okay, so you probably
I'm not monetized yet. I got 2,000 watch hours.
Just off of 2 weeks.
700. I got 2,000 watch hours in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
That's dope.
People like to watch them. We don't like to watch them, but other cultures like to watch them. And so they'll come up in other cultures.
So I know you like to do silent.
Yeah. So yeah.
And how?
Well, again, it wasn't that I liked that. Say that again.
No, go ahead. You were answering. Go ahead.
It wasn't that I like to do silent streams. That's what was suggested. Like when you try watch hours, people were like, you got to go live. You got to do silent streams. I was doing whatever they were suggesting for me to do. You know what I mean? You got to go live. You got to do silent streams. Silent streams can get you hours a day if you go every night. You know what I mean? So in a week, that's 100 hours. That's worth it. You have to be in the video. You have to say something or show your face in the video for a silent stream. My understanding is totally silent, or else you will not get any money for it.
Do you are you still doing your walks, your daily walks? Because I haven't seen any videos of that, or maybe it just hasn't come up on my recommendations.
Okay, so I haven't been doing my walks. I'm not gonna use the fact that I broke my toe as an toe like a week and a half ago, but I hadn't been doing any walks. I was doing exercise inside. I haven't been as faithful as I should be. I should be more faithful, and I haven't been as faithful as I should be. And now that I broke my toe, I really need to. It's fine. It's not really that bad, but I have to figure something out. But I'm contemplating getting the surgery. My doctor, she's been trying to talk to me about it over and over again. So I've been going to the classes to get the bariatric surgery. I don't really believe that the body should be cut unnecessarily. It's up in the air about it. But, I'm like, hey, I haven't lost this weight yet. The tool, my surgeon said, it's a tool. It's going to work. You just have to follow the instructions. and follow the guideline.
Okay. Well, good luck with whatever decision you decide to make with that. And I'll still look forward to seeing you do your walks because I
Um,
enjoyed it. I definitely did. And I was encouraged. I was, writing my little comments.
Thank you.
Yep. Um,
Yes, you were very encouraging. I was. You were like a coach and a good coach. I'm hoping that keto will keep me from having to have surgery. If I do my keto journey, my weight loss and do keto, I'm hoping I won't have to have surgery.
well, you have two sisters in the chat that can keep you uplifted. Because I know Stephanie 50 Climbing Mukbang, she just started her keto journey. And I am Tracy Lee is on that journey for a long time. So you can always, bounce off with them and get your inspiration and stay on track with them, you know? So don't not
Absolutely.
don't knock on their door because
Absolutely, because right, because this is what my doctor, like 17th or the middle of July, but this is the thing the surgeon was telling me. He said, look, after the surgery, you can't use for 1 month, and then you can only have soluble foods like pudding for the second month. So you have to prepare your body to do that, because if you don't do that, you're going to be sick, you're going to have a relapse, blah, 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 blah. So that's really 2 months with no food. A month with just liquid and a month with just soluble foods. I'm like, well, if I have to do that, I might as well just try to lose the weight on my own.
yeah, even that's kind of hard for me.
Otherwise, when I try to put a burger in my mouth after the surgery, that's what either makes people get sick or lose the weight after the surgery. Because if you try to eat, you're gonna get sick. Then you will lose the weight. So I don't know. That's a bad feeling to have to be cut to stop.
Yeah.
Oh, pray for me.
Yeah, no, I hope it works out. I hope you don't have to have the surgery, knowing now that that could possibly happen. 'Cause to me, that's like torture, you know. So
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
so
And so
I'm going to put
it
you.
makes me understand why people have complications.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put you on the solo screen, and I want you to give everybody some inspirational words,
Yes.
encouragement, and all that good stuff, and tell everybody how they can find you on all your pages, on social media, or whatever you want when you go live, all of that good stuff. Just let us all know. So I'm gonna do that now, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you. First of all, let me say thank you to Joy. I've been her in passing and watching Joy in the wings, and I just really appreciate you and your positivity to try to help and support people. I really and earnestly do, and even this opportunity has just given me a insight and even getting to know you. I mean, everybody says the same thing about Joy. She's wonderful, she's encouraging, she's so that's just a blessing. For me, I would just encourage people to just be kind and don't take a lot of stuff personal, even in YouTube, because as a pastor, I'm going to say, and I'm a small wise, but I get 2 to 3 calls at least per week of people going through and the things. So everything that happens to us concerning someone else is not always personal. So don't take everything personal. I can't wait to read that book, I Am Tracy Lee. Somebody was telling me about it. But we can't take take everything so personal. And if people do things intentionally to us, you know, we just have to just know that, hey, we don't have to make an excuse for them. You know, that's them and the problems that they're having. It's what they're going through is being manifested in their life right now. Whether it's bitterness, whether it's hatred, somebody hating on somebody else, you know. My thing is, you know, the world right now is trying to have a race war. That's what I feel, that they're trying to have a race war, you know, and so turn on each other because we have enough people turning on us. So whether it's YouTube, Facebook, friends, family, it's time to fight for peace. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, just let it roll off your back and just try to love one another. To walk in those scriptures. Do good to those that despitefully use you. Love your enemies. We got to walk in that. And this is the time to walk. Don't take everything so personally because people got a lot of stuff on their mind. And I don't care what YouTubers like fake what they want you to see. It's people going through, and I'm not preaching, but it's people going through some stuff, okay? For a lot of people, it's an outlet, it's a hobby, you know, it's a way for them to just shake it off and be isolated. But people, a lot of stuff. And I talk to people that don't have anything to do with YouTube that are going through. And so we have the people on YouTube that love people in spite of. I really do. And you know who they are. I know who they are. I don't want to call names, you get in trouble, but you know who they are. You know the people on YouTube who love people. And so that's what we have to do. That's my soapbox, Joy. I'm focusing on my daily word, my daily motivation. That's my tithe to God. That's my offering to God. Whether any of those, I really don't care. I will always do a morning motivation from 8 to 9, Monday through Friday. You know, that is my YouTube. Okay, you got to give God his just due. And so that's what I do. After that, you know, I finally to focus on keto and to focus on my weight loss journey, you know, the cooking of keto, recipes, all of that, you know. And so I have a schedule in my About page, and I try to follow that. But I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock. And then, like I say, the keto journey, the weight loss journey, and anything else that I do in between. But that's where I'm geared towards. After I get this on focus on just doing that keto and the weight loss journey. And trust me, my mind is my year is July 5th. And to God, my monetization will be before July 5th on my first channel. And my second channel, my monetization August. And then after that, I'm starting the third channel. Y'all got to have multiple streams of income. Okay? I'm laughing, but I'm serious. Multiple streams of income. T-shirts, whatever it is, T-shirts, whatever you do, don't just look for one source of income. Multiple streams of income. I'm done.
No, oops, I'm sorry. I did the whole wrong thing. Pressing wrong buttons. No, I appreciate you. You didn't talk long.
Oh, no, you're fine.
You didn't talk long at all. It's just everybody needs to have the opportunity to get to know you without me being right there. You know what I'm saying? So they can, you know, those who may meet you for the first time here, they can help you with your watch time hours on the first channel. You know what I'm saying? By like, you know, watching your videos all day and all night. You know, so
thank you.
I know when I get to work, I'm gonna definitely check you out at work, and I'm gonna check out all your playlists at work. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you.
when Monday comes around, I'll be doing that, just so you can get to your July deadline and whatnot. And everybody in the chat, if you want to help and check out her channel, definitely do so. I hope you've been encouraged and inspired. Like, she's a pastor, but yet she's still human. And she says, like, we supposed to be holy, but it doesn't stop the fact that she's still human. And also the same thing that you still gotta praise God no matter what. So I like the fact that you are down to earth, that you're bold in your faith, and also just knowing that there are times where it's not always pleasant, but it doesn't stop you from being who God meant you to be. And the love is still there. So I really appreciated you being here tonight.
Can I just say one more thing, Joy?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say one more thing, and I'm going to say this, and I always say it. If y'all know me, y'all going to hear me say it over and over again. I've been in church all my life, and I'm an only person who always had that, as they say, that checklist. Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you go to college? Did you get A's? Blah, 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 blah. Are you living right? Eyes, crossing your T's. And just knowing the Lord, learning to know the Lord for myself, people are always in order to be saved and in order to live right. But this is one thing, as a person who's been in church all their life, and I'm a love preacher. The Bible says some are won by fire and some are won by love. Some people need fire. I'm a love preacher. And this is the one thing that really helped me and freed me as a person who was in church all my life. Where the thing about the thief on the cross, right? It was two thieves on the cross in between Jesus. And one was arrogant. And he was like, oh, so if you don't and save yourself. That's why I want to do skits and plays for the body of Christ, so you can really get the picture. But the other thief was wrong. His whole life he had been unacceptable. He was a thief. He did nothing right. Baptized, he didn't speak in tongues, he didn't shout, dance, or nothing. He said on that cross, Lord, when you enter, that's all he said. And Jesus stopped your salvation, my salvation, the salvation of the world, good person who did nothing right all their life. It makes me cry every time I think about it. He stopped the world's salvation for a thief. So as long as you know the Lord and you have, he's got you. If he's big enough to bring you in, he's big enough to bring you to anything and everything that you do ever have through. Because thief didn't do nothing right. Joy, come on, chime in, because I feel my preaching coming on. The thief didn't say, Lord, remember me. Nothing right. That let me know I don't have to be right. I don't have to be perfect. I just God's got me. So when the devil start fighting you, telling you what you ain't and what you didn't do and how you not, remember the thief. Remember the thief. Come on through, Joy. Come on through. I'm done.
No, I felt you had to go. Like, I'm not going to stop you. You never know. See, the thing is, you never know who's going to watch you. Like, you never know who may need to hear whatever you have to say. I ain't going to stop the flow. You know?
I feel my help coming. I feel my help coming on, okay?
No,
so that's who I am.
Well, thank
you for having me.
You sure you don't got nothing else welled up in your soul that's got the overflow? Because I'm not going to quench that thirst. Because you never know who may need to hear something. You know?
Listen, God is good. God is good. I get excited. It makes me cry when I think about the thief. Because, in religion, people always telling you what you got to do. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got, that's why I didn't want to get saved church, because you got to take off your earrings. You got to take off your pants. No, I'm not doing that. People always telling you what you got to do. The Lord you have to do. And you do have to be taught by teachers and leaders. I'm for all of that. How can you hear without a preacher? How can he preach? All of that. But God is big enough all by himself. He don't need us. He's big enough. If you on this channel and you listening, he drew you. And if he drew you, he is big enough to do everything to be done concerning you. I promise you he is. He is big enough to make it right. Even when you don't listen. And if you do everything but a thief, just remember the thief. He did nothing right. Nothing. That just blesses me. It blesses me. It blesses me. Did nothing right. And he was the first one in. He was the first one in, Joy. Mm-hmm. The first one. Right, with the first one in. Oh, God. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much.
No problem. So I thank you for saying yes. If anybody in the chat wants to connect directly with Pastor Kim, can one of the hey Anna, and Al, can one of the mods drop her link one more time if they want to connect with you outside of this chat? It's fine. I mean, as long as you're okay with that. Go to her About Me page, and there's ways you can contact her. But use your discretion because she still is human. But I appreciate you for saying yes, and I'm thankful that we were able to do this, and I hope everybody learned something new and was blessed, because you are a blessing, and I'm thankful that you still continue to do the work of God no matter what. And I hope you always remain encouraged even when there is no encouragement.
Thank you.
My name is Joy from Be the Difference.
Thank you so much, Joy.
Yeah, no problem. And this is Pastor Kim. You gotta say,
oh, Pastor Kim's Corner.
Thank you, Brown Girl. It's okay. It's the sound delay, guys. Just so you know, if you're watching the replay, there is a little bit of a delay. I'm going to try to find another streaming app. So if it doesn't work with someone else, then we could flip onto another app so it flows a lot better. So it's not her fault. It's just how, electronics can be sometimes. But I hope you still caught something. So anyway, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and this is... Give it a second.
Pastor Kim. Pastor Kim.
And we are signing out on another episode of, you got to say hello world with me, okay? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Yes. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Hello, world.